Okay. All right. This is week 3, you guys, of our Ruby accountability for however many sprints we've been doing so far this year. So we're halfway in. We're halfway through the month. So what I'd love you guys to do is drop in the chat a win for the week. Do you have a new VIP? Justin has 2, actually. That's awesome.
Let's go.
Upgrades. Be really cognizant of your team upgrades. You want at least a 10% upgrade percentage. So remind me. We're launching into week 2 of this Eric training. That's kind of how I'm viewing the month, but we are halfway in. Okay, so this is the quiet week when everyone starts to doubt their goals. So whatever you mapped out last week, you're like, oh my word, it's not happening. If that's you, totally normal. People on your team are already feeling that way, or they're the type that haven't even made a plan yet, and they're not tapping into the last week anyways. But this is the time of the month when we have to get our professional encourager status rolling. And so this is part of what we do in our business. This is the work. I remember Genevieve talking about this. This is the work to go to the people on our team and encourage them, shout them out, recognize them for something, pop in your thread if there's some specific things. Recognize big wins, small wins, health wins. Like it can be a lot of different things, but really beef up the encouragement, the recognition, the check-ins, because this is the time of the month when the leaders need to show up, and also when we've got to be tapping in. So if you are, this is your rank up month, or you're hitting a point goal month, it's a absolute non-negotiable that you're doing the Eric Worre homework, which is 100 reach outs. I would say if you are planning to rank up this month, you need to do like double, triple, quadruple that, because that's just the deal. Like it takes a lot of conversations. I mean, I'm just looking at the amount of people that showed interest in the nutrition group. Interest is different than they're actually committed. Huge percentage were interested, only a few were committed. And I noticed that same with the whole percentage with happy birthdays. You got to do happy birthdays because that's a really easy way to connect every single day. I send a lot of happy birthdays and not a lot of people reply. I mean, a percentage of them do. So I'm like, if sending a generic, sweet little happy birthday message, I just made a new video piano song of me playing happy birthday for them. I just get it forwarded each morning. But if they're not going to reply to that, like, why would we be offended that they're not replying back to a Plexus message, right? There might be a million reasons why, whatever, they forgot or they didn't see it or they don't ever check Messenger, who knows? But just a reminder, it takes a lot of messaging, a lot of contacting to find the yeses. So, okay, here you guys. Okay, so are you popping in the chat with your wins? Oh, good. 2 of you. 2 of you have wins. Keep popping your wins in. Okay, my dad was over this morning, and I made us all breakfast because he's trying to follow this nutrition plan that we're doing because he has some weight loss goals. But anyways, he goes, Ben, are you ready for my quote of the day? He goes, here's your quote of the day. And I'm going to give it to you guys too, because my dad is full of one-liners. And Justin, when he comes back in here, maybe you guys will know who quoted it. It's a football coach, I think. Here it is. Victory loves preparation. Victory loves preparation. Someone can type that in the chat. But may that be our theme song the whole month, because we are leaders that have prepared for our month. If you don't have a map, if you don't have your mappy map, you need to make one. I have a template. It's a really lovely template. We mapped Victoria last week. I can send it over. It's just very basic. But yes, have your plan on paper. And this plan may change 17 times before you actually hit your goal at the end of the month. But that's fine. You need to have at least a plan A to, kind of launch from. So anyways, that's just kind of a remind me from last week. Okay. Did you all do a post audit? I was encouraging everyone to go do that. I think the chat was starting to roll with post audits. Yeah. It's always a really good mirror for us because we have our ideally what we would like to be posting, and then we have reality. And so I was actually going to encourage you guys this week, if you're really on the struggle bus with getting enough content out, or it's like really lopsided, like you have 25 business posts in your brain, but only actually posted one, go back to July 1st and do a little post audit. So it's your life, business, products, call to comments. So like 4 areas, and you're gonna like tally those up. Because what happens is usually we have far less posts, or certain areas of posting are far less than what we had in our brain. Like, oh, in my brain, like I posted, 6 times about the business, but in reality, you only did 1, right? Or you threw a bunch in your stories. I think that's also where we get like, I've been talking in my stories all day long and about the products, about the business, or whatever. And then we forget that our Facebook wall posts are actually really important. And it's really important. If you guys haven't posted about your specific goal this month, I would challenge you to do it this week. Maybe you have a plan of when you're going to share that, but I would just keep repeating in different ways what that looks like. It can be unique to you. It doesn't have to be a graphic with like a countdown, but you need to put your goal out there publicly. I shared that quote with them. Victor loves preparation.
Preparation.
From this one. Oh, you actually added one to that. Didn't you say it loves perspiration?
Perspiration.
We've been out perspiring all day working outside. I shouldn't say all day. He's been outside all day.
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to share some deets about Japan really quick. This is like side tangent, but I was on a call earlier today and it is very interesting. And all of you, so on the call, there was some startups that like, well, how do we do this? And Charles had like the best network marketing advice ever. He's like, well, you need to go start talking to people and find out who you know that knows people in Japan. And we've actually been doing that. Justin's been talking to different friends of ours that are connected. What are you asking them exactly? Just if they have peeps in Japan?
Just random conversations I've had with a guy at church, and he mentioned Japan, and I don't know, he had a lot of knowledge on Japan, but just randomly, and so I was just talking to him. He's like, I said, do you have people in Japan? He's like, yeah. He's like, the company I work for is a Japanese company. He's like, so a family-owned Japanese company. So just little things like that. I don't know. It just comes through talking to people. I mean, we weren't even talking about that. We were talking about ginger, and then it led to sushi, which led to Japan, which led to whatever. And so, some of those things. I've talked to a few other people too. We'll see what happens with that.
Mm-hmm.
People that I know that were stationed in Japan, in the Marine Corps, and just people that I know that I don't know, just know a lot of people, I guess.
It's
but
random, I guess.
I mean, nothing has happened yet. People that I know in Hawaii that I've met over the years. There's a large Japanese influence in Hawaii. And so it's sometimes it's not who you know, it's who you know, or who they know.
Mm-hmm.
The people you know, who do they know? So it's not necessarily your connection necessarily. It's your connections. And so just be thinking not just who you know, but think about the people that you know, and in their life experiences and where they've been and who they are married to and who they're in business with, and you just think that way.
Mm-hmm.
Now, nothing is, for me, as far as Japan goes, nothing's transpired yet, but we'll see. I mean, I'm just going to keep having conversations with people, and we'll see what happens.
But conversations are the kickstart.
Yeah.
First you have to start thinking about it and thinking who you know. And I made a post when we were at convention. I was just like call to comment post. It was super basic, but like, who do you know in Japan, or do I have any friends that have contacts in Japan? So it could be as simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
And there was actually people that commented, and so those are good things to be, talking about networking, chatting with your team. That's the other thing Charles reminded us of. He's like, go to your like level 1s, level 2s, level 3s, and find out like if they know anyone in Japan. Okay, but here's the scoop. July 16th, so that is tomorrow, is the pre-enrollment. A credit card is required. It launches at 8:01 a.m. Arizona time. And the customer types would be brand ambassadors only. They are going to be ordering products not charged and not shipped until October 1st. So this is the pre-launch stage. they will be doing, and this is the pack. It's a very basic pack. There's not a wide product line. It's 4 Slim MBA, 2 BioCleanse 60, 2 Vital Biomes because ProBio 5, there's regulatory issues at this point with that. Okay, so it's like they're the Japanese version of Triplex. 4 Slims, 2 BioCleanse, 2 Vital Biome. And then it's 70,000 yen. Is that their currency? Something like that.
Yes.
And that, which is about $500 US dollars, and it's 370 PV. So interestingly, there's a level 2 on the team, and her niece has dual citizenship. So this is an interesting thing to think about too. Jeff and I were talking about this. Like, it would be advantageous, like if she's actually going to work the business, go ahead and sign up as a US ambassador, start growing your US team, and then grow a Japanese leg, a really strong Japanese leg. And they're anticipating jewels and diamonds in November, because here's the interesting thing about network marketing in Japan. 1, there's no stigma. 2, it's considered a career path. And so when someone decides to join a network marketing business, they all of a sudden start dressing in suits, and they have an office space. And it's very one-to-one relational. People, if they're going to come join, they're going to come to the office space, meet face to face, do the sign up process together. So it's like a client base. It's not nook and cranny like how us crazy Americans do it. As a side thing, or in addition to whatever other career path there is. Okay, so there's 185 PV commission qualification. There's no PAM fee, because apparently over there culturally, it's like not part of their culture to have annual memberships or anything like that. So they didn't do that. Interestingly, Japan sales will be included in the global pay point value. So that's a win. That is definitely a win. Okay, and then I will show you this just because you're all leaders and I love you. So this is the Venn diagram. So there's an overlap, in case you didn't know. So today there's free shipping on Skin Health System. July 16th through the 31st, there's $1 annual membership. And tomorrow only is free shipping on Skin Health System and $1 PAM. So leverage that, use it to your advantage, put a little sweetness on it for your team. One thing that we did in the beginning when we were right out of the gates, fresh, doing all the things, we would like tease people, not tease, but we'd be like, something big is coming, like on our team page or team chat, and get people guessing and talking. And then first thing in the morning, go live, put your graphic out, like, it's $1 membership and free shipping, which that would be Skin Health System to double dip on. If you're going to put this is something that we used to do. We used to do this all the time. 10 spots for $10 off, or 10 spots for $20 off, or whatever it is that you want to incentivize your team. But it would like bring in it would motivate the team to go have more conversations and bring some more people in mid-month. A little tip there. Okay. All right. I think that's what I wanted to say about Japan. We can keep talking about it, guys, if you have questions about that. But the key is start having conversations if you haven't yet. Okay, so we wanted to talk about rank up strategy tips, because we have had a lot of rank ups ourselves, and we've helped a lot of people on our team rank up. So last week we talked about, we did some mapping. We talked about point goals, having kind of a one-word theme, scripture, that kind of thing. The one thing I wanted to just remind you guys of, and just to encourage you on a rank up month, on a month where you are like going to work towards a point goal, it's you're in a different, like you're in a different energy like the entire month, right? But one of the main things, and one important thing to remember, is to feed yourself. Make sure that you're cooking good food, you're carving out space in your day to nourish your body, because we don't encourage anyone to burn out or to not be well nourished. Get enough rest, which kind of goes without saying, but just reminders, because this is good stuff to remember. If you don't have a morning routine, consider starting one. And just good nourishment also goes beyond just nourishment for your body. But I would just encourage you guys to nourish your soul, and to promote it again, get in God's word, and nourish your brain and your business mind. This Power of One More is so good. I hope you guys are all reading it or rereading it if you read it before. I have a little something to say about that, but just an encouragement to set up your day. And to me, this totally lies like links into the victory loves preparation, like my dad was encouraging our teenager this morning. But it's applicable to all of us. And my dad always says, prior preparation prevents poor performance. It's one of my favorite quotes that he says. And so that it's just it's common sense. It's just a good reminder because as we are, you know, you guys are the next jewel, like gems, jewels, and diamonds in Plexus. So just so you know, Amber, Lori, Melody, Gretchen, Becky, Lisa, Brandy, Brooke, Jacqueline, and who's iPhone 6? Who is that? Anyways, you guys are all the next gems, jewels, and diamonds.
Kirsten.
Who is it?
Kirsten.
Oh, Kirsten. Hey, Kirsten. Welcome, welcome. This is your first Ruby call, isn't it? Very fun. Okay, but anyways, I just wanted to remind you guys that you guys are going to be leading your own teams of leaders. You already are. But just to be mindful of incorporating enough rest, incorporating nourishment in all the areas so that you can be tippy top. Because I'll just say this real quick and then I'll let you share your things. Two killers, two killers that I see in this business is number one, inconsistency. Number two, overthinking. But I think two important keys that I was thinking about is for rocking a network marketing business is networking. Because like Eric said last week on the call, our business runs off of conversations. And if we're not having conversations, our business is not growing. And a lot of it is initiation. It's you taking initiative and initiating conversations with people, picking back up the conversations, starting new ones, meeting new people, networking everywhere you go. And then the second thing, which I think is a really, really key piece for sales, is energy. And this is actually on page 232, 233. And this is actually in the chapter. It's actually really good. It's super interesting to me. So he has like every chapter is like one more something. So this is the chapter on one more prayer. And he goes into prayer and how important it is. But he said, have you ever been around someone and you immediately felt attracted or not attracted to them? The best salespeople are people that are like attractive, magnetic. And he explained what that is. It's like this magnetic quality about them. Like they're interesting, they're fun, their energy. I don't know how else to say it, but their energy is just like top notch. And you just hit it off with them instantly. And so he said that have you ever walked into a room and felt a peaceful energy while you were there? Conversely, have you ever walked into a place and the energy did not sit well with you? Okay, and then he said, he talked about, have you ever noticed that dogs immediately take people, but others can't get within 10 feet of them? It's because they risk getting bitten. But he said, the perfect example of how the energy you emit says certain things about you as well. Oh, this is a perfect example. Your ability to be intentional and make people feel or not feel certain things is critical in achieving things in your life that you dream about. Remember this, you're always making people feel something. There is an energy that attracts certain things to your life and an energy that also repels things away from you as well. And so anyways, he said the vast majority of people I meet are entirely oblivious to the type of energy they emit and how they make people feel. Your ability to control and harness the energy you put out is critical to how you function in the world. And I would say the highest energy frequency, I don't know, I call it your spirit. Like the fruits of the spirit from the Bible, from the Holy Spirit, are like the highest frequencies we can be operating from. So it goes without saying, it's a biblical concept. But it's really important to be thinking, considering, even from a social media presence, we emit something as we're posting. There's a little spark, or there hopefully should be a little sparkle behind what we're saying or who we are, as we're sharing, pieces of our lives. And so I thought that was really interesting, and just wanted to call awareness to that. And on a rank up month, especially, you've got to protect your energy. You've got to protect your brand, because everything is coming against you against your success, against your mindset, against, the goals that you've set. And so that's why it's so important to fortify your mind, because it all starts here. Right. And I think exercise is an important piece of that too, to just and he talks about that in the book, about increasing your energy. Like before you jump on a sales call, before you go make 10 new dream team reach outs, like you're going to like get yourself into that energy space before you start talking. And pray. Don't forget to pray too. Okay, I'm gonna shut the door, baby. You can keep talking.
Okay. So just a couple quick things. They're really simple. Um, as far as goals or rank ups, one thing I just wanted to point out. So it has to do a lot with like talking to the guy at church the other day. I had no intention of talking to him about Plexus. I actually didn't even bring up Plexus. I just told him to pray about a business opportunity in Japan. And so, but one thing is when we're out with the kids, and it doesn't really matter if we're at Home Depot or at the out to eat or at the golf course or wherever it is we happen to go. And it never fails. Someone will be, I'll end up talking to somebody. And the kids will ask me, especially the older ones, because they observe everything we do. And they're like, who is that? I'm like, well, I don't know. And they're like, why are you talking? I'm like, well, I don't know, just talking to him. Or a lot of times it'll be more of, they're like, that guy too. Like everywhere we go, somebody. And I said, yeah. And they're like, well, how do you know all these people? I was like, I just talk to people. I don't do it necessarily with a plan or idea of selling them Plexus necessarily. I just think people are interesting. There's some weird ones too, but like most of them are pretty interesting people, and so as far as like any sort of long-term goal setting or achieving in network marketing, I mean, it's very important to network wherever you go.
Mhm.
So this next week we'll be we leave Saturday for a week in Minnesota. We'll be up in northern Minnesota somewhere. I haven't even looked at the map yet. I haven't had time, but and I expect we'll probably sign somebody up. And the reason I know that is because we'll talk to people, and we have a big gaggle of kids. So, I mean, we are noticed wherever we go. And so it usually strikes up a conversation. Are they all yours? Yes, they are. And then how do you feed them all? Well, let me tell you, we work for Plexus or whatever, and so, I mean, I know all these things are coming and I'm ready. Like they have no idea how ready I am for these conversations. Like they think, when someone sees you, like they want to say something about a lot of kids or whatever, and I'm just sitting back waiting. Like I'm like finger on the trigger, and so as far as network marketing, a lot of it is in the art of networking. And networking really, if you boil it all network marketing, all the business, if you boil it all down, you get down to Bible principles, biblical principles.
Mhm.
Like the whole networking idea is not necessarily just to get business. Networking you do with people because you just love people. Love your neighbor and whoever you are, wherever you are, and they're next to you. I consider them a neighbor, I guess. And so just, that's the art of networking is just talking to people.
Story.
And hold on one second. And then that's kind of that can be a short-term goal achieving tool, and it can be a long-term one because when we meet people, we're just making a connection, and who knows what door that connection or that friendship will open up down the road. May have nothing to do with Plexus. That's okay. It might have to do with buying or selling a chicken coop on Facebook. Who knows? Like whatever the thing is, like it's something. But so just look for a connection, just connecting with human beings.
Can I share my story about networking?
Sure.
So I was on a plane. Where were we going? Oh, it was to Dallas for convention. And I sat next to this lady,
Oh, yeah.
and I actually thought she was mad at us because he had kept having to get up and go and pee. He's like,
I had too much coffee.
she's
All
like,
right, that's what happened.
anyways, he kept having to get up. He was like sitting near the window. And so she was like, I thought she was mad at us because she was like, man, he's like a toddler. Like,
That's what she said.
I'm sorry. Anyway, was really jolly actually once we started chatting. But she is like she does sales for some sort of special like burn skin graft type thing. I can't remember the name of like what they use, but I was like, you know what? I feel like she was telling me about it and I was telling her like what we do and then she was talking more about what she does, which is fine. And then I was like, you know what? I feel like I should connect with you. Just I didn't know like if somewhere down the road like someone we know or God forbid that we need something like that. But I was just like, I feel like I should get your card. And so we exchanged contact information. She's trying to revamp her diet, so I actually would need to reach back out to her. But I saw Candace Harris, her daughter that was in that accident, friends offering to do skin grafts for that girl, for the little girl. And so I like right away messaged. Well, one, I was thinking, what? Where in the heck did I put that business card? And then Sunday morning at church, I was flipping through my Bible, and it was in my Bible. And so I took a picture of the business card and sent it to Candace yesterday. But my point in saying this is like not every connection you're gonna make is because is for Plexus. But like as a networker, like you're working to connect people. Oh, you need a painter? Hey, I know a really good painter. Oh, you need a birth doula? I have a really great one I can recommend. Or like this example, like this girl I connected with on a plane. Who knows? Maybe it will end up being a connection that can really benefit Peace in her healing process. So,
Yeah.
anyways, that's my networking story that happened recently.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, this next week we're gonna meet new people, while we're out on the road, and it'll be great. We'll see what happens with it. And so,
We don't view vacation as like not working. Like we're networking
no,
on vacation.
if you're gonna write the trip off, you got to work. And so we're gonna work, and then we're gonna write the trip off. So it'll be perfect. That way we meet new people, and that way the IRS doesn't come throw us in prison. And so the short term, also a short term, excuse me, a short term, as far as being in the middle of the month, on a month where there are a lot of rank ups, but as far as any sort of short term rank up tools, the best thing I can give anybody is that what we were given at the very beginning. And one of those things is don't quit.
Mhm.
Like it always, whether it's you or somebody else or whatever, whether you're running a race, whether it's Plexus, it doesn't really matter what the goal is. But goal setting in general, when you get close to the end of your deadline that you've given to yourself, or the end, or you get close to the end of achieving the goal, it always gets harder. Like it doesn't, that's just and that's why a lot don't achieve their goals.
Mhm.
And so like the goal setting and goal achieving is no different really for any person. Set, take off to achieve the goal. Things get hard towards the end. You finish strong or you quit. Like it's the same for everybody. And so the one thing I would give you, even if it's getting hard, then let it get hard. Like life is hard sometimes. Goals are hard. Achieving big goals, it's hard. That's why people don't want to do it. That's really the one reason why people don't want to actually set goals. They don't even a lot of people don't even want to set them to begin with because they know it's going to be hard work. Well, I mean, if it's hard, let it be hard. Go back to why you wanted to do it to begin with and let that carry you through. And so finish strong. You always have to finish strong. It's like, did I tell you guys about the triathlon? Did I tell you guys this story about the 90-year-old lady?
No, you told that at church.
I know I was sharing some stuff at church. I was speaking at church a couple weeks ago. I'll share this with you real quick. And it was the most amazing thing, one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. It was 2020 or 21. I just got done running a triathlon, and all the people at the finish line who were running the race, I mean, the race was over. I mean, they had given trophies out, the ribbons out, people were packing up, going home, and had been for a while. But all the race directors and volunteers were at the finish line. And I'm like, what is going on? So I walked over there, and this lady was still running. Okay, and so now, mind you, trophies have been the people with the trophies were on their way home if they weren't home already. And so the quote unquote race was over, but I went over there, and this lady, like 90 years old, no exaggeration, was walking in her triathlon suit, which is pretty funny. But anyway, she's walking, and we were cheering her on as she was getting ready to finish, and she was probably 20 or 30 yards away from the finish line. And she looked at me and she said, "Watch this," and she just took off running towards the finish, and she finished this race strong. And so, did she win? Was she the best? No. But in her world, she finished well what she set out to do. It was one of the most incredible things I've ever seen. And I thought, that's how I want to finish life. That's how I want to finish the goals I set for myself. That's regardless of whoever finished before me. Like, it doesn't matter. None of those things matter. But that's how I want to finish. So I would encourage you to finish what you set out to do. Finish strong. Even if you're not where you want to be, or maybe even if you are ahead of where you thought you'd be, just don't let up. Don't quit. It's like I told my daughter before she left. She's doing volleyball tryouts now. She's built like a volleyball player. Will she make the team? Yeah, she's going to make the team. But I told her, I said, take nothing for granted.
Yeah.
You have, don't just make the team, make the starting lineup. Like, don't settle for just making the team, right? There's going to be half of you on the team that won't even play. So run. I said, if you're going to run to win. Otherwise, don't run at all. So I'm not just saying this to you. It's like what I tell my children. Like, this is some of the things I tell my kids as they're rolling out on a daily basis. I told her, I said, run to win. I said, don't lose focus and don't get complacent. Stay focused. And in total Christian dad loving manner, I'm like, kick everybody's butt. This is a tryout. This is not a not-for-profit ministry. Like, you are in competition. So win. I mean, do it gracefully, but do it, And so the same thing with whatever goals you set for yourself, just don't quit, even if it's hard. Of course it's hard.
Mm-hmm.
That's why most people aren't doing what you do, because it's too hard. So you've already won in that regard. So, finish the race strong.
And this goes with what we were talking about last week too, is like the distractions. We both were like, because she was like, I'm gonna go. Well, she had golf yesterday morning with the boys, and then was like, I had this brilliant idea to go hang out with her friends at another pool in another town. And then we were both like, to each other, we were like, that's a horrible idea. You're gonna go roast outside the entire day and then go do volleyball tryouts. Like, recipe for disaster.
So stay focused, dude.
Yeah.
You can do it if you want.
Yeah.
I said, but
rest.
The results are going to be up to you. I mean, you can do that if you want. I wouldn't do it. I would stay inside. I would hydrate. I'd get your stuff done when you get done. I'd take good supplements, and I'd get ready. And then I'd go run circles around all those girls that were out in the sun all day long when they're tired and dehydrated. But that's just me.
But it applies because the month he was going for diamond, there was like crazy opportunities that came up, like really good, legit. I don't remember what they were now. Ministry, travel, like just different
business opportunities.
Yeah, and he was like
almost like they were thrown at me on purpose, like at the perfect time. I'm like landmines. And we said to sidestep all of them, and be like, no, we're good. Nope. We got to stay focused.
Well, because it was enough of a jump that it wasn't just going to be a shoe-in because 25 leaders on his team were like pushing and ranking up. Like, there are some rank ups that can happen like that. But for those of you who are going for a big jump thinking out this month, it's going to take 100% focus and not getting distracted. It's literally, this is like birthing a baby. Like, only you can do it. Only you can do it. We can all be the birth doulas and be like, yay, cheering you on.
I can't do
holding your hand. But you can't give up because it looks impossible. And it'll probably look impossible until you actually do it, even the last day of the month. So,
Everything's impossible till it gets done.
yeah,
And
totally.
then other people do the same.
Okay, really quick. Brandy was gonna unmute and share a few things that she is doing, and I want to hear how you guys are doing on Icon. How is it going with your 10 level ones? You can pop it in the chat if you want. How's it going with working on senior silvers? So would love to hear about that too. Okay.
Okay, are you wanting me to share now?
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, I don't have a ton to share, but everything that they all just said is so true in my life right now. I have not told this to Megan yet, but I literally just got a phone call late last night from our military family that I am getting kids on Wednesday, not tomorrow, but a week from Wednesday. And I looked at my calendar and I was like, hold on. Yeah. Okay. Hold on a second. I looked at my calendar and I'm like, that's literally the last week of the month. It's fine. Everything's fine. Like I've got all these events. I have to rearrange sitters. Like, and I instantly was like, okay, well, this just isn't going to work. Like, how am I going to make this work? But it is going to work because I've set myself up for a good end of the month. Because I did things in the beginning of the month to lead up to it, I think it'll be okay. But I'm kind of all over the place, but I do want to share something really quick about Lisa. This is going back to how she has built her business, because I know that we talk about the plus ones a lot, but I want you to know how effective it has been. I was running reports earlier this week. Lisa, I meant to tell you this last night. I forgot. But earlier in the month, I was running reports and I was looking through to see like who were just ambassadors, like all of those little plus ones, right? And I couldn't believe how many there were. And I started looking at who their sponsor was. They were all on Lisa's team, minus I have like 3 or 4, like I have some that added one and then wouldn't go to silver. But Lisa, I counted at least 20 plus ones. That is a lot of plus ones. Like when you look down the line and you see like, okay, she had, someone add here and someone add there. And I look and I'm like, they're all on her team. She's created that. So as you are adding people, that plus one, I can't stress that enough. Like that has built her not just on one leg, but like it's really spread it out far. So I did want to compliment her on that and remind everybody to keep utilizing the plus one while we're doing Icon and all the other stuff. Okay, so what I have been doing, first of all, I rewrite my why each Monday. So like each Monday I go through and it's a very long, detailed list of my why and my who, because I lose track of that really quickly. And then events, like we've been doing, I've got 4 events coming up with extra children on the way. So I've got 4 events. Justin and Megan are like, extra kids what? Like they don't understand. They're like, they just come with, it's all good. So we're gonna make it work. But events. So last night we had an event with Lisa and they didn't have anyone show up, but her top leaders were there. So instead of being like, well, like, let's go home, we got together and met and like poured into each other, like did all the things. I think that there was a lot of belief kind of lacking there. So we built them back up and did all of that. But yeah, so events have been like my go-to, and then it's been a really hard month. I'm going to be vulnerable, like looking through my list of people who, oh, that's something else I did. I don't know if you guys ever do this, but I have wrote down like my top leaders, and then I've wrote down on another page my L2s through 3s, like the people who I've coached who are not just level 1s. Because this month I'm talking to all of them, even if they haven't shared in 2 years. Like I have one girl who's a realtor. She started sharing the moment that I did, and then she quit instantly. Like you better believe she's getting messages from me about getting back in. So those are just like little things. I feel like the things that I'm doing are just so basic. I am trying to be on social media more, but I'm still just really bad at that. But my messenger is busy. Like I am always in conversation. So that I feel like is a huge win as well. So
So good.
I don't know. Say that again.
Oh, I said just so good.
Yeah, I wish that I had like this profound plan to tell you guys, but to be honest, it's really it's just doing the same things that we've been doing and that you are all doing, because there are a lot of people on this call who are messaging me and be like, what are we doing this week? And you guys are doing it too. Amber's been messaging me. Becky and I we know what each other is doing. Like we're on the same page. And then of course my team is on there, but like, I think that it's just important to hold each other accountable for it. But yeah. Basics, all the basics, events. That's been something that has been, it's been a invitation point, like, because some of my team members are like, I don't even know how to reach out to people anymore. It's like, well, we're doing this, so invite them, like invite them to this. So yeah, that's been my short. Yeah, I feel bad for sharing because I wish that I had like this magic sauce. Also, can I just say, I don't know what day this call was. We had a call, it was, I think it was the one right after convention. And Justin and Megan kind of did like this. I go through the notes from that call almost every morning. I'm going to repeat some things that Justin and Megan both said. Obviously, starting with the decision, but like feeding your brain every day, fill your brain with the life and the vision that you have set for your future. Like I had stepped away from that. And I think I even said on that call, like I took all my goals down. All my goals were no longer visible. And so that's been something that I've revisited. Having that solid vision and belief, know your why, which is why I've been writing my why down every single Monday, my why and my who, rewriting it. Because it changes too. And then I have to have the most enthusiasm and energy on my entire team, which is sometimes, I'm just going to be real, it's sometimes really exhausting because you're like, hello, like there's nobody out there, but they are out there. And so yeah, but he said, and it's funny because my Bible reading this week has been based back in Psalms again. I do a year through the Bible and it jumps all over the place. But I just read about David, and it says in the story of David, he stayed back at the castle because he was safe in his comfort zone. And that stabs me every morning because I am so comfy right now. But that ended up getting him into trouble. Comfort is not always good. These are Justin's words, by the way, not mine. God created us to be workers, and there will always be work to do and people to help. The more we progress, the more people we are going to help. So I've been trying to read that. It's right here in my notes so that I can read it every morning as I'm doing what I'm doing. And then I tried to reaffirm that with Lisa's team last night when we were talking, like, when you shared your very first post, why did you do it? Sorry. Why did you do that? Like, why did you share that post? What were you feeling? What was the intention, right? And don't lose sight of that first post excitement, like the scared, the excited, like, people want to know what I'm doing, So anyway, that's all I have. I'm going to get off here so that I'm not talking too much.
So good. No, so good. No,
sorry.
No, you're good.
Piggyback on what Brandy said.
Yeah.
I was on the Keith Callahan Leaders Academy earlier today. And just one of the quotes was, because we were talking about like the 100 conversation challenge. And I was trying to like weigh it out between like not being like spammy, but also like getting my rear end gear and like up in my game. Like, and so he just said, one of the things he just said was, don't hide behind building trust. Like, don't like sit there and just, I'm building trust or I'm building relationships and then never make the ask. Right. So I just that hit me. So I was like, okay.
So good. Yeah. 100%. Okay. So fun. Well, we're going to throw a loop around this all. Jennifer Thomas actually just landed in, where did you land? Portland, Maine. And
Hey,
she was willing to pop on and just share a little bit of inspo.
try the fried haddock.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
there
good.
you go. There you go.
Where at a specific restaurant or just anywhere?
It's everywhere.
It's
It's like the thing. It's like that and lobster
Lobster
while you're
rolls.
out there, but
Lobster rolls.
lobster roll, fried haddock. It'll be at like every restaurant and gas station side. It's everywhere. You
I'm
can't.
like, how many pink drinks do I need to drink in a day to offset all this food I'm about to eat here?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, thanks for
Get back.
thanks for having me on. I just barely got to my hotel. I opened up my phone because my signal's been in and out. Anyway, so saw that she wanted me to jump on, and I was like, that's right now. I can totally do it. So I am excited to be here. I'm excited to hear. I've been talking with Megan off and on this month already with the number of people, all of y'all here on this call who are ready to take it to the next level and are excited to move your business forward by getting more solutions with Plexus into the hands of others. And so I just want to challenge you to remember, if you haven't written down what you're trying to achieve this month and what it's going to mean for your family, but also for you as a person, as a business owner, as a wife, as a mother, what is the impact going to be on your daily life if you hit your goal? And if your goal is beyond this month, do you have a deadline? And how committed are you? And what does that commitment look like? And those questions right there are things that you need to be taking to conversations that you're having with friends, conversations that you're having with prospects, conversations that you're having everywhere. Because here's the deal, people don't know what you have to offer. People might know that you work for Plexus, but have you really had the conversation and just gone out and said, hey, what is it that you're trying to work on in your life right now? If you could wave a magic wand, those are Jessica Hogendorn's wearing. If you could wave a magic wand, what is one thing that you would like to work on in your life right now and be able to head into the fall having a really big either accomplishment of that or working towards that and being well on your way? What is that thing that people are looking for? We have a new skin health system that's out and about. Are we talking about that? Are we posting about that? How are we sharing that? How are we posting it? Are we excited? Are we sharing how it's different, right? But back to people and getting them committed and getting them to tell you what it is they want to change. When they tell you, the next question should be, how committed are you to making this change? How committed are you to making this possible in your life? And if you do, what is the outcome going to be of you achieving that? How is it going to impact their daily life, right? Those two things are really important because people will say yes to something, but what does that even mean? Especially when they say yes to Plexus. What does that mean? I'm going to take these supplements, but are they committed? And what does commitment look like? So once you ask how committed they are, if it's not a 10, and they're at a 5 or anything less than, the question should be, what needs to be in place in order for you to say you're at a 10? What is it that needs to change in order for you to say you are all in? Or what's preventing you from saying you're committed? And then the next question is, what does commitment look like to you? Share with me what that looks like. If they are committed to signing up to Plexus, I would ask them, I'm so dang excited. I know that we can work together. I'm going to help you reach your goals, but share with me what your commitment level looks like. What does that look like to you on a daily basis? Because we all know that it's a consistency every single day with taking the products that is going to give them results. But beyond that, if you are looking for business builders and you are looking for people that you can help earn money, what is their commitment level? Are they only committed to working 2 days a week? That's not going to work, you guys. It's just not going to work. Even if they only have 15 minutes. If you're talking with people and they're committed to doing this, but they say, I don't have enough time, how much time do they have? But before that question, how much time do they think it takes? Ask that question. How much time do you think it takes to earn an extra $200 to $500 in the next 2-3 months, right? Month over month. How much time do you think it takes? And then hear what they have to say. And then you could say, how much time do you have to commit to doing this every single day? What is your daily capacity for doing this business? and hear what they have to say. Every time I ask that of ambassadors, they always tell me they only have 4 hours. I'm like, what do you mean you only have 4 hours? And you're thinking you're not going to build this business. I'm like, what if I could tell you you didn't even need to work all 4 hours right out of the gate if you didn't have it, right? Helping people understand what that looks like. And then when you have their commitment, their capacity, you need to really help them outline what their income producing activities they need to be doing every single day. Help them outline it. They need to have that from you. They don't know, they're brand new and they don't have a clue, right? And even if they do have a clue, it's really up to you to lead them so that you can see their talents and utilize them. Brandy, I heard you say that it gets exhausting being so excited and being the one cheerleading. I have had 2 ambassadors I've been working with who were in your shoes. Guess what I said? You have other people on your team. They have the same talents as you. I would go to them and say, hey, you know what? On Tuesdays and Fridays, every single week, you're the hype girl. You need to come in and you need to be the person coming in and hyping it up, right? Or whatever days of the week. It's really important, ladies, that you look at the talents that of the people you currently have and get them to step into using them and doing for the team or for themselves what you've currently been doing. That is the only way they're going to grow and step into their leadership roles and rank advance, which is going to ultimately help you rank advance. Remember, your job is to create an experience with every single person who comes in. You get referrals based on experience that they have coming into your team. You get referrals and you get people to stick around. Retention happens because of the experience that you're creating. Yeah, the products work great. Yes, the money is good, but if they don't have a good experience with you and your team, they're out, right? So what experience can you create? What do you want? What do you need out of this business? Create that and use people on your team to continue to create that and spread it like wildfire all throughout, connecting every single person to the goals that they have this month, the next 2 months, the next 3 months, and then hold their feet to the fire with getting their commitment level. What are they committing to do? And then have them put them in a chat group, put them in the groups that they're in at the level so that you don't have to message every single person at a time, right? If you have, you can have rank up chats for everybody who's at the same level trying to get to the next level. You can have brand new VIPs coming in and you can have those new VIP chats, whatever that looks like for you, put them in there, but don't just shove them in a chat. Introduce every single person in the chat to the other people in the chat. What are 2 or 3 things you can share about each person in the chat? What are they coming to Plexus for? What are they looking to achieve? And what's something fun about themselves that everybody else needs to know? Because then everybody gets to know each other right out of the gate, and you take down the walls of people being afraid to talk to each other. And then the chats really kind of run themselves. Yes, you need to be in there and leading them, but they will fire off and ask questions of each other and they can answer each other and you can chime in. That is one really effective way to keep the momentum going, keep the excitement going, and help the victimhood kind of go away, because people in those chats, one, aren't really going to put up with it. And if they do, you have an opportunity to come in and flip it around in one chat versus a bunch of different messages, if that makes sense. So next thing I really need you to be focused on is, if you're trying to rank advance this month, if you're trying to find people for this business, whatever you talk about grows. Are you sharing your journey, your story, how you found Plexus, where you were before Plexus, before partnering with this wellness company, how it's changed your life, what you're looking to do out of it? If you are not sharing that in some fashion every day on your feed, you're not going to find people. That is the quickest, easiest way for you to be able to get in front of people that you don't have to personally message, right? It kind of takes the hand out. And guess what? If that sounds daunting to you, you have a whole feed of posts that you've created in the past that have worked, that got a lot of traction. Go back, find those posts and reshare. Change the picture if you need to, change up the wording if you need to, post the exact same thing if it fits. But you need to be sharing not Plexus products, I mean, not like graphics, but sharing the experience, the journey, the blessings because of Plexus, inspiring other people to see, I want what you have. I'm where you are. I need that change. I'm committed. I'm ready. Who's committed to taking that challenge, to sharing about being able to come in and earn money this month? If you can just say, somehow make those posts every single day to teach people, to show them and inspire them that they can come in and not just be a business owner, because that sounds daunting sometimes, but they can earn that second stream of income. Ladies, 75% of Americans are currently looking for a side hustle. They're driving Uber, they're driving Instacart, they're driving all those things. What if you could help them stop doing that and do Plexus with you? How would that impact your life and the impact you would have on theirs, right? Are you making a list of people that you know that need Plexus? That using the Frank method, I would take every single category that we have, the things that you love about Plexus, and I would use the Frank method. And I would make a list of all the people I know who need that specific product or that specific combo. And I would be firing out those messages and asking them those questions. If you could wave a magic wand and achieve X, I know you've been working on this. What would you do about it? How committed are you? Whatever that looks like. Be right? Do not lead into that fear, like Brandy said. The fear's got to go out the window. If you have an icky feeling, that's different than fear. Don't do something that's icky to you. But if you're just afraid, go ahead and jump into that. Because here's the deal. Your excitement, your belief, and your ability to share with others what you know can be true and can help them is what is going to turn all those no's into yeses. Be curious about the no's. If they tell you no, be curious. Say, I would love to know more about your decision to say no. What would need to be in place in order for you to say yes? Be curious about answers that people give you. Be curious when you wake up and you don't want to go to work. Don't say, I shouldn't be feeling this way. Guess what? You just do. Be curious and say, hey, how come I'm feeling this way today? Huh? And then write out why you're feeling that way. And then say, what can I do about this feeling? And then fix it. Get into excitement mode and passion mode, and then get to work. That right there is important to be doing every single day before you show up for work. Because if you're not feeling the work and you show up anyway, the messages are not going to be received well on the other side. So take those 2 to 5 minutes to get yourself in the right mindset, because you guys could crush the rest of this month and the rest of this year. And also with the Icon Club, I have a graphic I can send over to you, Megan. I might be able to drop it here in the chat that talks about the earnings that you can make with Icon Club so that you can share that with people as a new VIP. I know this time's about up, but I really want to show you this graphic because it's pretty cool. How much money can be made. Give me 1 second. It's right here. Any questions so far of what I shared? Okay. Hopefully I can share my screen. Oh, send request.
Oh.
Did that come through, Megan?
No.
Perfect.
Work.
Yep. Okay. Can you guys see this? So if you're a current ambassador, the potential earnings that you have for achieving Icon are 260 Plexus points, which equals $728. The BBBs are going to result in 210. So you could earn $938 or more in total earnings. But a brand new ambassador, somebody new coming in, look at how much money they have on the table that they can make. The 260 Plexus points are going to be the same, $728. The BBBs are going to be 210. But here's the kicker. By achieving Icon, where you have one person in your level achieve Icon, and you have one person that's senior silver with 10 new VIPs, that is going to fast track you in rank advancement bonuses, $1,250. 2,000 or more in total earnings for a brand new ambassador coming in who decides they want to level up, bring in 10 new level 1 VIPs, 2 new level silvers, and one of those people earns Icon themselves. Like, that to me is incredible. That right there is something that you can work with someone to show them the opportunity that's at hand for how much money they can earn. in whatever time frame they feel like they have the capacity to really achieve it in. I love the icon so much because it starts to teach duplication. Whatever you are doing should be duplicatable. If you're doing something that your downline can't do, you might want to look at what you need to fix, and so your downline can do it with you. And then whatever you do, you need to share with your level ones. If you're calling your level ones and you're telling them to do something, you need to specifically say, now go tell your level ones to do the exact same thing. We think that just by telling them what to do, they're going to go, oh, I should tell my level ones. They don't. People need direct action as to what to do. So whatever you're telling your level ones to do, you need to say, hey, now go tell your level ones to do the same, and have it filtered throughout your entire team.
Mhm. Yes, so good. And on that note, we need to wrap it up because
Wrap it up.
we have messages to send. So
Yeah.
challenge to be networking, like Justin was talking about. Network everywhere you go. And this next week, make it a goal. When you're at the checkout, when you're at the post office, when you're on vacation, or whatever you're doing this next week, meet everyone you can and try to connect with them. Number two, homework is 100 messages. If you have not hit that threshold yet, go for it. You can do it. Don't overthink it. And honestly, we've always been the direct messengers. I mean, where it makes sense to send connecting messages, do it, but you can't hide behind that your whole like networking experience. Like that you at the end of the day, you're looking for people that either want a business opportunity or are game for trying these products. I think it's important to just be direct. Just be direct. And then the third thing was the encouragements. Don't forget, we're mid-month, quiet time. Everyone's starting to doubt the goals that they set last week. And so get into conversations with your leaders, with your sharers, with your new people, and just share encouragements. Praise them for something, shout them out for something. Recognition is free. Let's just beef it up this next week to really encourage peeps on our team. And Jennifer, thank you for popping on literally
Yeah.
last minute. So encouraging.
Thank you. Hey, I want to say one last thing with encouragement. You have to be specific. Don't use flattery. It's not a compliment. It's, I really like how you X. It really does X. Keep doing more of that. Be specific when you're giving that encouragement, because then people don't think anybody notices what they're doing. And everybody notices what you're doing. And those conversations around town and in person that Megan talked about, I have been encouraging people to do that. And guess what? The last 2 weeks, people are telling me, I got people who were signing up because I spoke to my Uber driver. I had people because I spoke to the person who delivered my Walmart groceries. Like, just speak up, make
Yeah.
connections. That's how you relationships, care about everyone that you meet, and you're going to change their life and your life. So you guys got this. I'm excited for you.
Okay, with that, I'll let you guys go. We'll see you on the call tomorrow with Eric.
See you guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
See ya.